Dear fellow ministers, dear heads of delegations, dear Madam Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, or ni hao, as our Chinese friends would say. I'm glad that we have gathered here today to reinforce our commitment to strengthen cooperation within the 16+1 initiative. Slovenia sees the initiative as a useful instrument for exchanging good practices between governments regarding the formation of economic and sectoral policies and also business opportunities. I would like to start with some basic information about Slovenia's potential as a regional logistics hub. Because of its geographical location, Slovenia is a natural hub for transport, energy, and communication flows, and we are recognized as one of the most important transport and logistic countries in Central Europe. The Mediterranean and Baltic-Adriatic corridor of the core TEN-T network and 4 European rail freight corridors all pass through Slovenia. The country has well-developed transport infrastructure and important hubs, including logistics centers in Ljubljana, Maribor, and Koper. The 700 kilometers of motorways network, which means 350 kilometers per million inhabitants, is one of the densest in Europe. Slovenia has 1,100 kilometers of rail network, 3 international airports in Ljubljana, Maribor, and Portorož, and one of the most important ports in northern Adriatic, the port of Koper, which ensures the multimodality of all corridors in Slovenia. The port of Koper is recording stable growth and is successfully maintaining its leading position in container and vehicle transshipment in northern Adriatic. Investments in recent years to modernize the port infrastructure and deepen navigable waterways already enable transshipment from large vessels with a capacity of 20,000 TEU. Container transport is expected to grow, and in terms of total shipping, it is realistically expected that the total transshipment of 25 million tons will be exceeded in 2020, and it will be close to 35 million tons in 2030. The modern port system at the port of Koper is adaptable and reliable, and presents the shortest sea route for goods from Asian markets, which can be up to 7 days shorter compared to European Atlantic ports, resulting in reduced travel times and fuel consumption, and thus less negative impact on environment. Furthermore, 60% of all goods are transported from the port to the inland by rail. So modal split is already in favor of rail transport. This share is to be increased even further by construction of a second railway track on the Koper-Divača railway line and increasing the throughput capacity of the rail network from 90 to more than 220 trains per day and transport capacity to 44 million tons per year. Our main airport in Ljubljana also has excellent geostrategic position, with good connections to most of the capitals of EU member states and the Western Balkan countries. The same is true to Maribor Airport, which is expected to develop significantly in the coming years due to the contribution of Chinese investors. Both airports are seeking to develop further as important transport and logistic hubs for passenger and freight transport and are already implementing relevant activities. By 2030, Slovenia anticipates investments in the amount of almost 17 billion euros. of which over 10 billion euros will be financed from the state budget, while private investments and EU funds and financial mechanisms provided by EU are foreseen for the remaining amount. National transport policymakers are aware of the macroeconomic importance of transport. With the modernization, deregulation, and internationalization of transport, we are creating conditions for growth in the field of transport and logistics services in Slovenia. Slovenian government also supports further digitalization in the transport and logistics branch, which will contribute to reducing administrative burden and costs. We are recognized as technologically advanced country in the field of information technology, with suitable human resources and sufficient know-how to develop, implement and maintain necessary IT services that serve as vital support for services also in logistics. We want to ensure that our competitive advantages are strengthened and anchor ourselves even more firmly in global environment as an attractive location for meeting and connecting, not only in terms of transport flows and logistics, but also in regard to tourism, culture, science, education, and diplomacy. We are aware that there are great financial challenges in the realization of our objectives, but this will not deter us from continuing decisively on our path towards capitalizing on our transport and logistics potential. Thank you, or say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Gašperčić, the Minister of Infrastructure of Slovenia.